What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today I'm going to be helping you guys understand the new Umbral Engrams and how to use the Prismatic Recaster along with Drifter's Pyre. Season of Arrivals introduces a new weapon and armor forge mechanic with the Prismatic Recaster along with the Umbral Engrams, which look nothing like any other Engram out there. I can attest to that. Now this is really much like anything that we've seen before. We saw this out of Obelisks and out of the Rasputin's bunkers. We saw this out of Menagerie, and we saw this out of Season of the Drifter dating back to a very long time ago. So this is not anything too out of the norm from season to season. It's got its own unique twists, but this is just a mechanic to use to forge weapons and armor for the season, just like what we've come to expect. Now, the Umbral Engrams, which seem to drop pretty commonly, they can actually drop at varying levels based on what level the Umbral is you receive. Most commonly, you're going to receive a standard Umbral Engram, but there are focused Engrams that you can receive already. Now, from what we can tell so far, focused Engrams do have a higher chance of dropping with higher light level, and they can also have improved stats when being forged. Now, a quick note with the Umbrals, it doesn't seem to be very consistent right now with how they are dropping. It does seem to be a bug based on what level the Engram shows it's going to drop out. In most cases, this ends up faring better in the case of the Guardian, because I've seen a lot of cases where the Umbral Engram shows for 1012, but then you get something that's 1014 instead. So keep that in mind. I'm not quite sure at this time if it's a bug or if this is just simply how it was intended to work. Now, Umbral Engrams can drop from contact events along with really any other activities right now. Once you have obtained an Umbral Engram, you will want to head over to the Prismatic Recaster in the tower. Now, this is where you're going to get things started, and the Recaster requires to be upgraded to fully gain access to all of its benefits. You can start using it immediately once you've started completing the quest for the Season of Arrivals. You will need to use Twisted Energy to level up the Recaster. These can be acquired through the Season Pass and by completing weekly Recaster bounties. You receive 500 for each bounty that you complete each week. This is on each character too, so you can receive 1,000 points for each character throughout the week to be able to go towards your Recaster leveling. Now, it does take about 500 points for each Recaster level, and you're going to be able to level it all the way up to level 21, which is what you'll need for the final reward. Now, as you level up your Recaster, you will receive access to a number of different things. First of which, there are rewards on the front page, which include some really good mods, and the Anagon ship, which, correct me if I stated that wrong. You will also be able to unlock the Gifts of Light and Dark. These reward you with perks that are designed to give you additional rewards when completing public events, contact events, and other activities. The Umbral enhancements can even increase your chance at receiving exotic drops, which makes it a priority at leveling up, as it will become a staple towards your ability to level up quickly and get tons of exotics, hopefully, in the process. Now let's take a step back though and talk more about the Umbral Engrams themselves. Now, when you receive an Umbral Engram, you will have a variety of options of ways that you can forge it into an item that you're seeking. Now, some of these options will require you to level up your Season Pass first. For example, the improved Arsenal focusing will unlock at level 32 on the Season Pass, which gives Guardians the ability to complete the second row of Umbral Engram options. So at first, you're only going to have the top row options available. Now, to decide what you will want to do with your Engram, you can simply select one of the options that you have on your screen. Now, the top 4 options show 2 options on the left and 2 options on the right. To point out for everybody, the 2 options on the left are only going to be available for those who own the paid Season Pass. These are going to be the Pyramid Focused Engram and the Armor Focused Engram. And out of these Engrams, you will get the new Season of Arrivals content, the new gear and weapons provided. The two options on the right are going to be Legacy Engrams, which will include Legacy Now content. So that will be items, for example, out of the Reckoning, out of Gambit, things out of older Destiny content. You'll be able to get the weapons and gear of those means. Those are going to be for everyone who has the free season pass. Obviously, anybody that has the paid version can select any of those top 4, but if you do not own the season pass, you cannot get the first 2 options on the top left. By hitting the details button, you'll be able to see what weapons or what gear is up for option on the loot table for you. And once you've made your decision, you can simply select to focus on that Engram, creating it, essentially forging it for you to turn around and put into the Pyre, which finalizes that Engram for you, breaks it down, and gifts you with the random item out of that Umbral Engram that you selected. And so far, I have seen these drop at up to a +5. But I feel like most likely they will be able to drop at up to a +7. Now, the second and third row of the Umbral Engrams will require you to include altered elements to focus on those Engrams. You can acquire altered elements by completing the daily Recaster bounties. And the third final Umbral Engram row is reserved for the improved armor focusing. And this is where you can choose your armor's primary attributes ranging from intellect, strength, recovery, and more. This gives you an immense power over what type of armor that you're going to be getting out of your Engrams. And to focus on these Engrams, you're going to need not only the altered elements, but you're going to need trace overrides. Now these are obtainable through leveling up your Recaster. And once you've been able to do that, you will now be able to then craft both those second and third row Umbral Engrams. Now, in a lot of ways, the Recaster takes many of the standout features that the previous seasonal armor and weapon forges had, to kind of combine them all together to bring to life what we now know as the Prismatic Recaster. I definitely am enjoying it so far. I like how they've made this for this season. I think it works really well with how they're doing the story. And that's really, I think, the important part for me is how it works along with the story. I really liked how they did the obelisks. Even the Rasputin's bunker I thought was done really well. So I'm really pleased with how this is working out so far. I just wish that we didn't have to get all the way up to level 21 just to be able to get all of the rewards and all of the perks out of the Recaster. By any means though, that's going to wrap things up for today's video. Obviously, with things being super new to the season, things are subject to change as we go through the season. Things may change on how the Recaster works. Bungie may even implement changes that are designed to improve or nerf the functionality. So I will keep you guys informed along the way throughout the rest of the season. So be sure to stay tuned to the channel for more great content. If you've enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button below. It's greatly appreciated, as is hitting that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you've got some spare time after watching this video, well, why not check out one of the other videos on the channel, or check out my description below, which has a ton of great links, one of which is to my Discord, where you can join the Profane Nation. Till next time though, this has been Profane, wishing you guys some happy hunting.